like many of you, we've been a month in isolation. We're getting stir crazy. This is Dr. Dean Foster. I'm Jeannie, and he, being an orthopedic surgeon, has researched a lot to get the doors open. So here are his key points to opening up business again in the coronavirus era.
And what we want is to have a safe staff, a safe and protected facility, and a safe clientele, congregation. And I might add that all this is contingent upon you keeping your home safe, because you need a safe place to go home to. So some of these things can be translated into taking care of your home as well.
So these are what you've researched as best practice procedure, and you can customize them to fit your needs. But are you ready with your 3 key points?
I am so ready. Okay, I have been researching the CDC and the Health and Human Services and FEMA. These are all great places to go and look, as well as your state and local government COVID recommendations. So before I say anything, please follow our leaders, follow the authorities, obey the rules. They're there for our own protection. But the overall gist of what I'm about to share with you is that we are taking on personal responsibility as we go back to work to make sure that that curve stays flat and then COVID stops. And interestingly enough, as a surgeon, I can tell you that the kind of things that I'm going to recommend will help you in the future, maybe not as intensely done, but in the future, if you see another pandemic coming, or even the seasonal flu, that you are protecting yourself and your staff, your facility, and your guests so that you stay healthy and clean. Okay, so let's start with
Number 1.
number 1. Okay, what would you want to know about number 1, taking care of yourself and your staff?
Well, what's the one most important recommendation?
Well, when you're on an airplane and it decompresses, the stewardess tells you to put a mask on yourself first, and then put a mask on your neighboring people in your chairs next to you. So thinking about how an airborne virus transmits, to be able to use a mask, even a cloth mask, stops it from being able to transmit to the people around you. Not only that, but it also keeps your surfaces clean. So wearing a mask is the single most important thing. The second is to wash your hands, and the third is social distancing. So these are, I think, in order of priority. They had the recommendations flipped around because they were trying to protect the healthcare workers and have enough masks, but then all of a sudden, everyone in the community, especially seamstresses and grandmas that wanted to protect their kids, their grandkids, they got to work on sewing machines, and I even have one that you can make out of a t-shirt so that you can protect yourself and the people you love with a mask.
And we all need to be a part of being able to open up again and stay open. So it is personal responsibility for everyone. So you've got a list of questions for the team before they come to work.
That's right. And this is, again, common knowledge, but it needs to be done. We need compliance on this. The era of coming in sick so that you don't burn your sick leave is over. The time now is for everyone to evaluate themselves, and if they are showing signs of COVID infection, for example, the fever is high, 103, 104, a cough is intense,
But any
chest
fever
pain,
is reason to stay
anything
home.
over 100.4 is a fever in an adult. So the idea is that you stay home and you call in. Now, if you've got someone at home with similar symptoms, or if you've been contacted by the contact crew and they're saying that you have been exposed and you should self-isolate, you need to call in and tell your boss, tell the crew that you're going to do work from home, and then get on Zoom. I mean, the whole idea here is that you're not spreading the disease. So those are the questions. They're on the CDC website, etc. Gloves help a little bit, but I see so many people using gloves like they're their hand. I mean, they touch their face, they touch other people. By the time they're done, the gloves are contaminated, they're worthless, so don't trust gloves. Just wash your hands. Watch out for your feet, because sometimes you'll track in COVID, so you have to keep your feet clean. And there are a bunch of other things, but I'll share more of that later.